Today, we are going to be installing the VeloQuip cushion handlebar tape onto a Peloton bike. In the package, you will receive 3 rolls of extra thick, extra long handlebar tape along with 4 pieces of finishing tape. You will also need a pair of scissors and some adhesive tape. Electrical tape works best. We will start by using a pair of scissors to cut an angle on the end of the first roll of tape. Pointing the tape away, we will cut from right to left. This will allow us to create a square end when we start wrapping. Next, we will cut 2 4 to 5 inch pieces of electrical tape. We will use one now and stick the other to a nearby surface for use momentarily. Start by pointing the tape away from the rider and wrapping under the handlebars. Use the electrical tape to adhere the end of the handlebar tape to the bars and start wrapping towards you. We will want to hide the narrow part that we cut on the back side of the handlebar. Next, we will start wrapping to the right. Each revolution will be held at a slight angle, as I'm showing here. You will want to keep slight tension on the tape throughout the whole revolution to give a smooth and consistent finish. You will also notice that each wrap will overlap the one before it. Ideally, the edge of the next wrap will overlay right up to the red perforations on the previous one. Just take your time and remember to keep tension on the tape throughout the entire revolution. Now as we get to the bend in the handlebar, our strategy will change just a little. To compensate for the bend, we want to give a bit more overlap on the back side. You will notice that as we go, I'm working to twist the tape that is already down on the bars with my left hand. This is the strategy that I use to keep things tight through the bend, where it's a little more difficult to keep a consistent tension on the tape. Next comes the second tricky spot, where we will have to work past the crossbar. There are several strategies here, but I like to work ahead like normal, across the crossbar, and then cut back under the crossbar and back up and over to make a cross with the tape. Make sure loops in this area are nice and tight. After that, we'll finish off the last few wraps just like we started. Once we work all the way to the end, let's get our scissors back out and cut another angle on the end of the tape. Note that you may cut some extra length off the end of the tape. Depending on how tightly you wrapped or how much overlap you used, there may be several inches of extra tail on the end that get removed. Remember to cut the end so that the narrowed section is hidden on the backside of the handlebars. Then grab that piece of tape that we left nearby earlier to hold the end in place. With the tape now in place, inspect your work and make sure everything is looking good. Once you're happy with your wrap, grab the roll of electrical tape and let's lock the ends in place. These wraps should be nice and tight. Feel free to go around 2 or 3 times. Next, do the same thing at the other end of the bar. And last, we will use 2 pieces of the included VeloQuip finishing tape to complete the look. Now that the right side is done, we can quickly run through the same process on the left side. On this side, I will do one thing differently to show a second option for installation. You may have noticed that the handlebar tape actually has an adhesive backing under a protective cover. We did not uncover the adhesive on the right side because it's easier to cinch down the tape as you go when it's not adhered. On the other hand, the adhesive does help to keep the tape in place as you go so it does not try to unravel on you. I will wrap this left handlebar using the adhesive backing. Feel free to use whichever method makes you more comfortable. Otherwise, all of the strategy remains the same on this side as we work our way up towards the end. Not everybody uses the crossbar, but if you choose to wrap it too with the included third roll of tape, just use the same process that got us to this point. Now you're ready to go. Enjoy your next ride in comfort. As always, check back with us on social media or at VeloQuip.com for this and other great Peloton accessory products to help you refine your ride.